Everybody loves you. Don't do this. I know you're thinking.
Oh.
Man, just throw it out the window. And nobody's going to get hurt.
I'm the only one that deserves.
No, you don't deserve that.
Get hurt.
You do not deserve to get hurt. You do not deserve to get hurt.
It was good for me. Got me out of harm's way.
Just sit. Okay, I'll sit in it.
Just sit in it.
I mean, even there was a dead body in it.
Driveway.
I know, I see you. I see you. Please, toss the gun. Juice, just toss it. Come on, man. Just toss it, please. All right?
I actually drove this car once and they
Just toss the gun.
shot at me. But the engine is impeccable. And I can guarantee you, the car has escapability. I mean, if you ever get into some trouble and you got to get away, it has escapability.
Hey guys, I'm Conovan. This video is about O.J. Simpson. So let's just get right to it. He was obviously very, very famous in the 90s, and that is, of course, due to his star role in the fantastic Naked Gun trilogy. I would absolutely recommend that you give it a watch. It's superb.
And back on the force.
Thornburg, that's wonderful. Whoa!
O.J. is really killing it here. He's a real cut-up. Glad he took a stab at acting. Fucking hell. And that's it. That is the only reason he is famous. There was also that slightly insignificant time he murdered 2 people in cold blood and then got away with it. But I'm sure he would love it if you just focused on that acting career part. Which, speaking of, brings us to a lesser-known chapter of his life, when he thought to himself, fuck it, let's make a prank show. So the show was released in 2006, which was 12 years after he killed 2 people, but 2 years before he went to jail for robbery and kidnapping. Spoiler alert, I think this guy is a bit of a shithead, I just got that feeling. And as you would expect, once you become the face of the biggest trial in United States history, it's kind of difficult to hold a steady job. I can't imagine him, in an office block doing a 9 to 5. Once you beat the United States justice system, you better hope that you have a retirement fund, because you're not going to go back to making commercials for television. But that placed OJ in a real pickle in the early 2000s, because he didn't have enough money for retirement, but he wasn't making enough money to make ends meet. What he did have was a killer personality. So, without further ado, please let me read to you the Wikipedia entry for this beautiful masterpiece, Juiced with O.J. Simpson. In 2006, Simpson starred in his own improv, hidden camera, prank TV show, Juiced. Typical of the genre, Simpson would play a prank on everyday people while secretly filming them, and at the end of each prank he would shout, "You've been juiced." Less typical, each episode opened with the topless stripper dancing around OJ, who was dressed as a pimp. He sings his own rap song, which includes the lyrics, "Don't you know, there's no stopping the juice. When I'm on the floor, I'm like a lion on the loose. You better shoot me with a tranquilizer dart. Don't be stupid, I'm a Simpson named Bart." Which is utter fucking poetry. This guy sure gave a good stab at rapping, let me tell you. Now, the show was released straight to VHS, and the downside to this is that it is nearly impossible to find episodes of it on the internet. I did manage to find an upload on YouTube from 2006, except it had already been taken down by now. I even checked the Internet Archive, and that didn't work. So I asked Reddit if they had a copy, and that didn't work. I even went onto 4chan/r forum, but that definitely did not work. I was about to call it quits and, turn my attention to the lizard people or something, when, out of nowhere, a Redditor DM'd me on Reddit telling me that he had 2 episodes that he could send me over the internet. I was very surprised. I was kind of suspicious. The way I saw it, the only reason why someone on the internet would help a stranger would be if it was just riddled with malware. But to my surprise, everything actually worked out perfectly fine. For whatever reason, the episode was titled Scam.exe, which I thought was a bit strange, but everything actually worked out in the end, so I'm very grateful for this dude's kindness in, giving me a copy And because I have 2 episodes as well as some BTS footage, I can make a part 2 if that's something you guys want, so just let me know. But let's just jump into this. In the first prank, our protagonist, the handsome and very, very innocent football player, O.J. Simpson, plays the mistress to a wife's affair.
There's a popular show on TV now that enlists the aid of an investigator to check people who are jealous or are suspicious of their spouses. Have them followed and then bust them in the act of infidelity. Well, we kind of did our own version of that. It's our show called Scandalous. And I must admit, it was quite something. I was a little nervous at one point. Made sure that they patted the guy down before he found out what was going on with his wife.
Wait a minute, what? You think that the guy would get angry if they found out that their partners were cheating? OJ baby, I think you're projecting just a tiny bit. After all, we all know that before this dude killed his ex-wife, he was an incredibly abusive partner. I just feel it's a bit weird that, OJ's very first thought was that if these two are in a loving relationship, therefore it's completely reasonable for him to get violent. Not that OJ would ever do that, right, OJ?
Here's a man who's followed his wife to a motel room, and guess who he finds her possibly making whoopee with. Watch this. This was really something.
Your worst fears have been answered. We do have some footage of your wife. I know it's hard. But here on investigation day 1, we see her in a parking lot with this individual here. You can see a little kiss right there. Do you recognize this man here? I know this is hard to watch. This is completely inappropriate right here. I know this is tough. What's happening? Can't tell. I think she's blowing it. That's just not right. Moving to their 3rd location in the same night. This is a hotel here. We do know that they are at the same hotel this evening. First, do you think you're comfortable with confronting your wife, Ginny, and this individual? All right, we're gonna head out. All right, Chris, they're right over this way. Gonna knock on the door. This is the door right here. Alright, are you prepared for this? Alright, let's go. This is Joey from Scandalous. You have a minute of your time? Can you open the door, please? This is Joey from Scandals. Can we have a minute of your time, sir? Excuse me, can we get in here, please? I think there's somebody in here we'd like to speak with. I'm sorry, we need to speak with Jennifer. Excuse me, sir, can we get in here, please? There's someone in here that we'd like to speak with, sir. This is her husband right here. This is Chris. He'd like to speak with his wife. Do you know that she's married?
I'm sorry.
All right, come in here.
What the fuck are you doing? I didn't know you go. I didn't.
Come in here.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
You didn't know that she was married?
I didn't know she was married.
You have no problem with this whatsoever?
Fuck y'all. You guys go do what you gotta do. I didn't know you was married, man.
Can we ask you a few questions?
No.
Is this
Man,
what
turn
you
this
do on a
goddamn
normal
camera
basis?
What the fuck is this? Turn the fucking camera off, man.
What are you fucking doing?
What do you think's going to be? Oh, it's Max Mofo. Yeah, it's Max Mofo.
Like a word
Open
with
the
you.
fucking door! Hey, open the door!
Go away!
Open the door!
Stop it!
Hey, open the door. You've been juiced.
And then O.J. Simpson comes out and tells him, "Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. You've been juiced." And he doesn't know what that means. None of us know what that means. In case you're wondering, no, this is not a very entertaining prank show. It's only a 3 out of 10 on IMDb. But anyway, now they're hugging and they're kissing OJ. Wait, just freeze frame and enhance? Wait a minute. He's got a knife in his hand. This is dumb fuck news. We have Larry at the scene of the crime. Larry? Yes, Bob. We're now at the scene of the crime. Bob, let's see if we can get a closer look at what's going on. And be careful, viewers. Some of you may find this disturbing.
No! Yeah, no! And the what, sorry? In room. You guys, two guys get your room. Together. You guys get a single bed.
They're getting rooms together. They're homosexuals. They're homosexuals. They're homosexuals.
Was that O.J. Simpson, star of the hit Naked Gun trilogy? Yes, that's right, Bob. Singing about homosexuals? Yep, yep. Well, you might say your singing was absolute murder. Go fuck yourself, Bob. Alright then, I love you too. Bye-bye. Now, for whatever reason, this show wasn't very successful. By this point, nobody wanted anything to do with O.J. Simpson. He was a bit of a buzzkill. And like I said, I do have some more of this footage if you do want a part 2. Personally, I think the show is a bit shit. As an Australian, when I think of the idea of a prank show, my very first instinct is, a guy in a purple van with 2 ninjas. But apparently that doesn't translate well to the States. The only difference between this show and the hit Australian television show Prank Patrol is that instead of ninjas there are strippers, and instead of it being funny, it isn't. But if you like this video, please subscribe. We're nearly at 100 subs, which is fucking crazy if you ask me. Cheers, and have a good one.